This is gold, man. Keep going. Go.
This is all for the NBA podcast that we just haven't turned on yet.
No, I like it when podcasts just kind of have natural conversation that lead in, and then they're like, "Oh wait, yeah, we're on a podcast." Hey,
Did
guys.
you hit start, Logan?
Something like that. Yeah. So, welcome to the Master of Unlocking podcast. This isn't. I don't even know where we're at anymore. Are we at a KFC? No, this isn't a KFC.
Did you guys see the new thing in the vending machine?
What? I don't even get that reference.
It's not a reference.
Oh, okay.
We're in an office building, clearly.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
We're hugely
in
successful.
our office building.
Yeah, remember when Mel's Tacos was bought by the big corporation and we were part of that merger?
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's a huge deal.
Yep.
Oh, God.
We're once again in a basement.
We are in a basement again. Wow.
A different basement.
Different basements because I like to move all over the place for whatever reason. We're almost to Master of Unlocking Studio East.
East.
Okay. We're almost weeks away. We are 3.4 weeks away. Wait. Damn it. I can't. What's
Math's hard.
What's 5/7?
You went down this road.
No, we're not doing
that.
No,
we're not doing
it. You're looking for various drill bit sizes.
I don't know. We're so close to Master of Unlocking East
Move
Studios.
to Canada, use the metric system.
Logan, I'm on like 5 different kinds of medication right now, so thought processing is not going to happen.
What kind of meds you on?
I'm on all kinds of stuff for my sinuses.
Sudafed?
No.
Zyzal? Have you tried Zyzal?
I have not tried Zyzal.
I keep wanting to try Zyzal. The commercial with the owl?
Is it pronounced Zyzal?
I don't know.
Zyzal.
Zyzal.
Who's it for?
Caleb, just who's it for?
That's who's it for.
Oh, God. So I'm Logan. To my left here.
I'm Caleb, and I'm on medication.
and I'm why we have an opiate crisis in the middle class of North America.
Speaking of opioid crisis, as we've been moving, all I have found is just a pile of hydrocodone.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, so hopefully no one tracks our location down and decides to find our medicine cabinet. It's just full of because you get, it's like, oh, like...
You've had some things.
I've had some things, so. It's like, oh, you separated your shoulder, have a couple bottles of hydrocodone. Okay, I have 2 of them and then I don't use them again. Oh, you had some kidney stones. Here, have another bottle of hydrocodone. Yeah. I don't need this.
Jason, what drugs are you on?
Life, man.
I knew that was coming. It was like, he's
life,
so high
man.
on life right now.
I need something. My shoulder's been fucking bothering me. Maybe I should try some of that.
There you go.
Hydrocodone? What are you?
Hydrocodone.
Hydrocodone.
That's your opioid.
Hydrocodone.
I have steroids and antibiotics, neither of which would probably help that.
Yeah, but
if you mix them together, man.
Get in the gym and cause trouble. Tell everybody you're in the zone.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
It would be. So, I guess the task at hand, what have we been playing recently? We're almost to hot and heavy video game season.
In fact, it's really we're in it.
We're in it. I feel like hot and heavy really starts the what is it?
Friday.
Friday, yeah.
Is that Friday?
Yeah, it's Friday.
When everything starts coming out.
So that's Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus.
Correct.
And then Assassin's Creed Origins and hold on. Mario. Is Mario on Friday?
Yes.
Correct.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. So this is the
what
calm.
A year.
I feel like this is the calm before the every AAA game hits.
And then COD is the first week in November?
I think that's the Tuesday after that, so not even a week after that.
And then actually
Star Wars Battlefront.
And then we got Battlefront. Yep.
And is that it?
That might be it.
There's probably other stuff, but
smaller
that's
stuff.
the big stuff.
Far Cry 5's not this year, right?
No, it's not.
No. I think that's it.
Yeah, there's also that. There's a couple other things, there's the Horizon expansion.
Yeah,
there's a Horizon expansion.
Yeah,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
The Resident Evil expansion too. Right?
There's also that. Yeah.
There is.
Yeah,
I know there wasn't.
Finally,
that free one that was when it comes up after you beat the game, it says
the Redfield one. Right?
Yeah, it says free, available spring 2017.
No hero, I'm no hero. Something.
No more. No, not no more heroes.
Yeah,
something. That's what you want.
That's what you want to play. It's like no hero maybe or something like that. Or I'm no hero.
Hero something.
It's something that implies Chris is not a hero. His look in that trailer is weird too, compared to like 5 wasn't that long ago, where we got, speaking of roids, we got like professional wrestler Chris.
Yeah.
Like, and then that one, he's like just a normal looking dude.
Yep.
He's blonde. He's got some Wesker in there. God, I love Resident Evil.
I want to play that stuff. I want to
Let's
play.
just talk about Resident Evil 1. Can we just 1994? Bravo Team's helicopter was derelict. Oh, so good. I mean, Jill, don't open that door.
I mean,
it's the name of our channel. It's so good.
It's everything. So yeah, there's a lot coming out. So
thanks for talking, guys. This has been great.
This has been
the Resident Evil podcast.
Yeah, like because I mean that's obviously we're getting ready to close to things for Game of the Year, and that was early on. I'm assuming that'll be up for consideration. Yeah, between this group.
Oh yeah,
it cannot be forgotten, no matter when it came out.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a few games that hopped off at the beginning of this year that like
Horizon and Resident Evil, right?
Yeah.
When was Zelda?
Zelda was March, so that's still pretty early.
There was a hot and heavy February to April, and then it died.
Like we might get that again too, because when is God of War out?
Because
God
of War doesn't have a date.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
I thought it was Q1.
I don't think it has a date either.
I think it might be the most specific. I think it might be first half of 2018.
Okay.
But that means nothing. So
yeah, and this day and age, nothing. A release date means nothing. I feel like until.
But we at least have Far Cry at the beginning of next year. We know that for sure. So you're right. We might have another.
I appreciate it as like. Mm-hmm. You have to pick your spots, right? And so being able to have some of it spread out, rather, because I feel like in the 360 PS3 era, there were a couple of years where it was just like nothing.
There was absolutely nothing.
And then like late summer, early fall would hit, and it'd be like I'm trying to play 12 games,
and you're just trying to the whole rest of the year. You were getting caught up on what you missed the fall before.
There was those days. The darkest days. As a GameStop employee, where I'd open up a box and I'd be like, "Gonna play that, gonna play that, gonna play that, gonna play that," and they'd all be on the same day.
Right.
I feel like at least this year has been a little more spread out.
We have one day where it's going to be like that, and that's this Friday.
The one day, but this feels like that's the only day where something like this has happened.
Well, wasn't there a day in April, or was that a week in April or a couple of weeks in April where it was like Persona?
I think it was just a couple of weeks. So they were real close together, but not literally the same day.
Because I know you had a very stressful period where it was like
Zelda and Persona came out like 3 weeks apart. Okay, and there was something else in there too. It was like I don't even remember how it all lined up.
You know where I think really that stopped? The heavy fall, like where publishers would target it regardless of like
just
the rest of the year.
Season.
I feel like Red Dead broke that. I feel like it was Red Dead.
I thought Rockstar traditionally been like they like to release things in like May or June.
Maybe GTA 4 as well.
Yeah, right? I think a lot of the Rockstar stuff just comes out that time.
Maybe that's cycle. Yeah.
I feel like that's when it happened, but I mean, you're right.
Unintentional.
GTA 4, I think, was in the summer, and that was several years before Red Dead 2.
It couldn't have been in the summer, like, because I remember getting that in my dorm room. So maybe it was like late spring or something.
I'm thinking like April of that year, if I remember right.
Okay.
That's, I mean, how many years ago was that now?
GTA 4 you're talking about, though?
Yeah.
God, yeah, because I was just out of college.
Yeah, I went to Walmart. I took a bus to Walmart at midnight and got that.
Dude, I don't blame you. Oh my god. It was so awesome. Holy crap.
So what are we playing today? I guess. What have we been playing since... We've got one thing we're going to hold till the end.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should do a Game of the Generation podcast.
We could probably do that at some point.
We should do it at some point. When there's not...
Next year when there's not much going on.
Yeah, where we let like months go by where we don't really talk.
That's going to take some major prep work.
And are we going through are we starting at Atari and then NES?
No, let's just
360
let's
generation.
do the Wheelhouse generation where you and I were playing a lot. We were playing basically as much as him at that point.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's try to stick into that like the meaty area because we have disposable income and like we're playing all sorts of crap. No kids.
Yeah, I had 2 GameFly games out at a time. Plus still renting stuff, buying things.
Yeah, those days. Let's talk about those those.
Having achievement hunt wars and seeing who could get 40,000 achievement points the fastest.
Red Dead Redemption, and we're done.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
we
that's
can move on from there. And
I don't want to argue with that.
I don't want to either.
I really
that
don't.
might be the problem we have with that is because we might all just be too agreeable on this stuff.
It was a really good era. Really nice era. There was a big graphical leap between the Xbox
it was
and
the
PS2
HD leap.
And the HD leap, and, like, you saw the new games, you're like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Games
we're playing recently.
What are you playing, Caleb?
Yeah.
Well, I just turned off South Park to come over here. I'm like 7 hours in, something like that.
Okay.
It's really it's kind of weird because I remember with the first one I played through that whole thing in like 3 days. Like, it just grabbed me and I couldn't put it down. And this one I'm having trouble. Like, I'm just playing a couple hours at a time, maybe an hour at a time, and then just been like, I'm going to turn this off for a little while now. I don't know why.
How many hours total are you in?
About 7, maybe 8, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But it seems like the map and everything is the exact same as the first game. So maybe that's why. Because a big part of the first game was just exploring.
Bigger, smaller, same size
it's
map?
the exact same
map, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, literally the houses are in the same spots and everything.
Well, I mean, it is the same town.
Yeah.
The only thing
makes sense.
The only thing I've noticed is, like, there's a couple of different businesses. Like the medicinal KFC is in there now. Like the...
Sorry.
I know, there's... I'm about 4 hours in. Okay. So I actually was getting ready to end the first day, and it was like, no, you're not strong enough to go to the next day.
Oh, really?
You have to get to a level 4.
Oh, I didn't have that. I must have done more side quests or something.
And I was just I think I was kind of mainlining it and doing different things. I'm like, oh, so I guess I got to go back and do some fights and kind of.
That does make sense though, because at night you do go. Like, the only thing to do is to go on a mission, and if you're not strong enough, that could be a stopping point.
Right, and that's it said like it was like, if you want to go back to your house, like we don't recommend it. Like, you're not going to advance. Basically, it was kind of what they were saying. So it's trying to at least hold your hand, because it's probably a lot of people
have
who
the
don't
game break.
Right,
and that's probably there probably isn't an option for you to go back and level up once you get to that point, because it's an RPG, but it's very linear.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
an interesting choice where most games try to nurture you in that direction without actually having a pop-up that says, like, hey, gamer, game, you know?
Yeah.
That's interesting that they just go ahead and say, look, you need to check some other things or get some other XP to do it.
When it does funny stuff, it does really nail it. Like, there's a couple of spots in there already where I've been like, this is pretty brilliant.
Okay.
But there are kind of big stretches in between where you're not really getting that a whole lot. So
the things that I've so far, just the collectibles have always been are great in this one. The first one was you collected the Chimpokemon.
Yeah.
Right.
And in this one, there's there's two different collectibles. There's the member berries.
Yeah.
Which are quite funny just because they're what they are.
Every time you get one, they say, like...
They have a couple phrases.
Something.
Oh, yeah, wherever they are. There was one in a movie theater, and, like, they kept bringing up different movies.
Remember E.T.?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, very
and
good.
Then, but then my favorite collectible are I don't know how to say
I don't even know
the yaoi. I think they're yaoi.
Yeah,
but it's kind of like anime erotica photos. I wouldn't say fully erotica, but like they're like romantic photos of Craig and Tweak, because they decided a couple seasons ago that Craig and Tweak were going to be gay.
Yeah, I didn't know that, actually.
And this episode, and like, so all of a sudden everybody was obsessed with Craig and Tweak being this like amazing couple. And so they started drawing all these yaoi pictures of them. And so they're scattered all around town, and there's one that really I was crying today. It was Tweak was just standing there like with this just kind of really awkward look on his face, and Craig is behind him, like he's got his hand like up like by his cheek, like up here, and then his other hand is down Tweak's pants. And like from behind, it was, I don't know why it made me laugh
the
so
pictures
hard.
are like, the South Park characters are like, the short squatty kids,
right.
and these pictures are like these muscular, perfectly defined teenage boys.
Yes, that's
with like the big anime eyes and
Yeah, they look nothing like them actually at all. That's the best part of it. And it's just like, you just know that, Craig has a blue shirt and Tweak has a green shirt. That's the difference between them.
There's a lot of stuff like that, and I don't want to like get into the stuff that I found like extremely funny just because there's so little of it that like I want to keep that as a surprise for people that do play it. But so far, like I like playing it. I think this is going to take longer than I thought. I think I'm going to come back to this a little bit at a time and kind of pluck away at it.
Do you think you can steamroll it?
I'm going to try to steamroll it a little bit more.
Might be you guys, because I don't think it's on my list.
No, especially if you're not like keeping. There's a lot of like current South Park references, so if you're not up to date.
Well, I mean, just even the Craig and Tweak thing. Like, if you have no idea that Craig and Tweak were gay in the show, like how would that whole cycle thing? The whole thing wouldn't be funny.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I'm liking it okay so far, but I'm with you on the fact of like, I've done this before, so like going into everybody's house and taking stuff from their rooms and everything. The one thing that is actually really bothered me about the game, and this is going to sound really weird, is the font is too small.
It is.
That's all over the internet.
Is the fonts too small?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like everybody's like, I have these killer displays, or like reviewers are like, I have this great display at work and I can't read it.
Right.
Like, it's not a resolution issue.
I forget, and I'm like, okay, where are my glasses? I need my glasses right now.
I was trying to play it because I played the last one. I was like, oh, this is a nice easy game. I'll play on my Xbox in my bedroom, and just like laying in bed, I'll play an hour of it before I go to bed. I can't read it.
Yeah.
So I mean, half the jokes are the things that are written about what you're picking up out of somebody's drawer. Like, so those things just aren't even like when you can't pick those up. Like I can't remember what it was today, but it was a black person's house, and you picked up a ticket, a police ticket for being too black while driving. Like, I mean, but if you can't read that, the joke is lost. Like, it's.
Do you guys remember we were talking about 360 a little bit? There was the Dead Rising on standard definition TVs
that was
because
painful.
Not everybody had made the leap yet.
Yeah,
it was and so like on a standard def TV, the font was like unreadable. Yeah. But then you plugged it into an HD TV and it's like crisp and perfect. So, but I don't think it's from what I understand, it's not a resolution thing.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, and we're back. My child decided that
she would spew like Linda Blair, and her head went into a perfect circle. And
it was weird, dude.
The power of Christ compelled him, and
I don't know. I don't know why we're still here. We should probably leave.
No, we're good. Okay. Quick exorcism. We're all done.
Behind you, Caleb. There's a skull.
I was gonna say, what was the one? The Poltergeist. That was the one where you get sucked into the TV.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Because then the ghost once asked Stewie how the end of Friends was.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. We were talking about South Park.
Yeah, I think we were done with South Park.
I think we were done with South Park, so...
You guys like it? You will have to tell me about it at the end of the year.
Yeah. That's perfectly fine. So,
I just wanted one more thing that I recently played. Shadow of War. I don't know if you were interested in that. You're probably not interested. You didn't really like the first one, did you?
I wasn't a huge fan of the first one. I mean, it's
fine.
The combat and everything was fine. I mean, I could give a shit and a half less about Lord of the Rings lore or anything else over the story of that. But
apparently Shadow of War doesn't care either.
Yeah, it does not. I never skip cutscenes. Like, almost never skip cutscenes, and I was skipping them at the end of this game. I was like, I don't care. Just tell me what else I need to do here, because I don't care about this at all.
Okay.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's a bad thing.
Okay.
I really, really, really enjoyed the first, 3/4 of that game, where you're building up your orc army, you're taking over fortresses, you're feeling good. The story missions, when you do go do them, they're kind of weak, but the outside of that, the Nemesis system is way expanded, which is really cool. But then it gets to Act 4, the end of the game, where it's just the biggest grind fest. It just, like, I gave up. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it's really disappointing to me because it was so, like, engaging for that first, like, 75% of the game, and then at the end it's just like, okay, now do this same thing over and over again. Oh, you're not high enough levels, so you're gonna need to grind out a few more levels.
Or buy a loot box.
But, so...
That's been the other thing, right?
And that's kind of some misplaced anger, because the loot boxes, the big thing you have to overcome is you need to be at a higher level, because you can only have orcs that are at your level or below. So at a certain point, like, you're going to start going up against orcs that are, like, level 55, and I'm only level 48. So my orcs are going to get killed pretty quickly, because the other ones are so high level. But I can't get new ones because I'm not high enough level to do that. And there's just no way to get experience anymore. Like, there are, like, minuscule things you can do to get experience, but no way I'm getting from 48 to 60 without it taking, like, double my playtime. Wow. So I'm just like, I don't want to do this. And the loot box thing, you can't necessarily get anything that'll help you there. It does give you orcs, like, so that you can put in your army, and they can either be legendary or epic, but they're only ever going to be at the level that you're at. So it can help slightly, but that's not the big problem. The big problem is there's just no way to get experience anymore.
Oh, see, I guess I assumed there was some stuff to move to rank up faster.
There is an experience doubler you can buy, but it doesn't help because you're getting such small amounts of experience anyway. Like, you really can double it for 2 hours, like, it doesn't matter. You're not, it's still not gonna get you a lot of experience. So I just gave up on it. I'm like, I don't care. I was skipping the story cutscenes towards the end anyway, so I don't really care how it ends. So I'm just gonna say I liked this game for the first 3 quarters, and then just ignore the last quarter.
And I think I read a couple of reviews that said that exact same thing, that the first 75% of that game's really good, and then the last little bit of it is it was either they talked about the loot box thing, or they talked about how it was just such a grind that it made the game terrible.
Yep.
Like, and they just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
I got other things to play. I got a list like a mile long of stuff that I wanted to get to, so I'm not going to waste my time with that.
And to see an end of a game, of a story that you really could give two shits less about.
I would say if you're okay with ending a game prematurely and not seeing the end of it, it is absolutely worth playing to see that first part of it. But if you're the kind of person that needs to see the credits before they can put a game away, then stay away. Just stay away from it.
I think, answer me this, because I'm not really on the fence. I think I'm going to skip that one too. Is it similar enough besides the amount of the skill tree upgrades and there's a bunch of more stuff. There's a bunch more options in this one, right? Besides that, is there enough of a difference between this one and Mordor?
Not really. So that's not enough of a thing to...
That's what I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't missing something that was like this great upgrade to a thing that I enjoyed, but I don't think it... Like, those Rocksteady Batman games found a way, at least wise for the first 2, I would say, to take the first experience and be like, the combat is basically the same, the challenges are the same, all that stuff is the same, but whether it be stories, Weirdler trophies, the way that it expands upon that universe, or kind of you take a locked-in asylum and then you open it up into a bigger space. Like, there were ways that you felt, this is the same game, I am playing the same game, but there's more to do, there's more to see, there's more story here. And if it's not that, then I don't think I need to play
the main, like, the big change, the thing that I think is important going forward is the changes they made to the Nemesis system.
Okay.
There's several times when, like, one of the orcs will come out and it'll be something hilarious. They'll do something really funny, or like you'll like,
I saw there was a bard video.
Yeah, the bard video. There's one that comes out and sings at you. There's ones that you, okay, I need to go after this guy. Let me mark him as my current target so he shows up on my map. And then as soon as you get out of the menu, he shows up and he's like, I know you're coming after me, so I came to get you. Like, stuff like that's really cool.
Okay.
Like, there's orcs that have personal bodyguards. That you show up to kill them, and there's another guy there that comes in from behind and ambushes you. Like, you can have your own bodyguards. So, like, you can go in, get ambushed, and then that guy is ambushed by one of yours. Like, there's a lot of stuff there that's really, really cool in the Nemesis system. That's worth seeing, but the story and the combat and all that kind of stuff it's pretty run of the mill, just like the first game.
I think there's too many new things this year for me to go back to that, or things that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
You should, the big thing would be to hear people's stories about cool stuff that happened in the Nemesis system.
Right, which was the strength of the first one anyway.
Right.
So.
Yeah. And if they've done some tweaks to that, then good on them. That was the one thing that was interesting.
They tell the story of this blood feud with this one orc that they have, and like the back and forth between that, and like none of that is involving the game. It's strictly the Nemesis system.
The other thing, and this is kind of my own fault a little bit, and not to like pat myself on the back, but I died like twice in that game. So good. Like when people start talking about this orc that they have like this nemesis with that keeps killing them over and over again and keeps getting stronger, it's like I didn't really experience that. So a lot of the Nemesis system has to do with like they killed you before and you died because of this, or stuff like that. And I guess that's just a whole section of the game that I never really saw because I was quote unquote too good at it.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting.
Which is kind of interesting because I'm normally not the best player at games. So interesting that I had that, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal.
Anything else, Caleb?
Not really. I really want to talk about Golf Story because I love Golf Story, but I had a glitch and I can't progress.
They still haven't fixed that glitch?
They submitted the patch to Nintendo 2 weeks ago, and Nintendo has not approved it. Yeah.
Oh, no.
I know. I have a Twitter alert set up so that as soon as it hits, I can go back and play. Man. I really love that game, but it is really glitchy, and we'll see how that all ends up at the end of the year. But
how many hours?
I'm 10 in so far. I think I have about 5 left. And that's the thing, is I don't want to restart after 10 hours.
Yeah, there's too much other stuff.
I'll restart it for you.
Okay.
That looks cool. I would like to get to that. I don't know if I can, but I would like to. It probably would hit that Stardew Valley thing for me, probably. Or it looks like it would.
It looks like Stardew Valley, but that's about where the comparisons are with it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like golf and I like stories. So
story.
This kind of goes up right up my alley, I would think. So
I have been poking at Danganrompa 3. I won't say anything for spoilers, and I know you guys don't care about this game at all, so I won't say much at all. But the ending of the first chapter really pissed me off, so I kind of need to cool down from that before I go back to it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you guys are interested, I can explain it in spoilers off of the air. But
okay, because I don't think I'll play it. So
yeah, it really pissed me off.
And no, I wasn't telling you to put your drink down. He was saying I'm poking at it. I just started poking the air. And you were like,
I was like,
you're like, what should I do with my drink? Oh my god! I'm like, no, it's fine. Like you don't have to do anything with it. I was just poking at Danganrompa.
For those of you watching the live stream.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, right. Hey, guys.
Will we ever put a camera up? I don't know.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, we're just all too... Yeah.
What else? I did play a little bit of Metroid Samus Returns.
Oh, I hear that's awesome.
That game has a lot of buttons. There's a lot of controls. Hold down this and hit this.
Is that a remake?
It's
Metroid 2?
Yes, quote-unquote remake of Metroid 2.
Which was NES? Was that NES?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah. And wasn't that also the game...
You've seen footage of that?
No, I'm not really a Metroid person, so...
I'm not. I was surprised. I just was looking at scores one day that's reviewing really well, so I watched a video.
I played probably an hour and a half, 2 hours of it. I like it, but man, it just, like, it's on the 3DS, so your fingers are already cramped, and it's got a lot of controls. You have to do a lot with those tiny controls to get it to work, so... I don't know if I'll finish that or not, but it is cool.
So it's a remake of Metroid 2 on the NES?
I believe so.
Okay.
So
Not like Super Metroid.
Quote unquote remake. Like, it's not.
Was that the one that got like a weird. What was there? Some weird underground game that was supposed to be like that?
Yeah, there's AM2R.
AM2R, yeah, that's right. Was that so?
Another Metroid 2 remake, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, is that what that's for?
I knew it had something. Okay. I was like, there's some weird underground game that got shut down, but
yeah,
interesting.
Jason? I would be curious to hear if anyone has played both, which one is better.
Oh yeah, because I don't know how many people played.
I'm sure reactions out there somewhere.
I have it sitting on my computer. I grabbed it.
Oh really? Before it got taken down.
But I haven't installed it.
What have I been playing? We'll talk about Persona.
Yeah,
that's why we're here.
That's why we're here. Why are we here?
I downloaded the Fortnite Battle Royale closed beta.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah?
It's fun. Yeah. It's weird. I'm excited for the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds launch, PUBG, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Launch on Xbox, so I can kind of experience this thing that everybody's been really excited about on PC.
Yeah.
But for now, a free closed beta. It's odd. It's weird. It's not technically Fortnite. It's literally just the Battle Royale mode with Fortnite tools.
Which they're being sued for.
I guess.
Yeah.
But it's still like, it's out there running. Yeah. So you get into a flying bus. 100 of you drop down onto an island. Sound familiar?
How important is the Fortnite part of it? Like the crafting and building?
It's pretty tight. You farm materials as you also pick up weapons and other loot. So immediately you go down, you have an axe, which is a melee weapon that doesn't do very much damage at all. Mm-hmm. So you need to go find a weapon right away. So they're categorized in colors, kind of like Destiny. I haven't played PUBG, so I don't really know what to compare it to, but it's like colors like Destiny. So, it's, I want to say green, yellow, purple.
Okay.
On that scale, so you know when you find something good by color. So you're picking up weapons, but also you can take apart like barns, and you farm wood. You can farm other supplies, and with those supplies, you can build yourselves forts. So as the game gets a little more frantic and a little down to say you're one of the last 10, the zone's closing in on you, right? Just like PUBG. You can build yourself a structure, or you can build yourself like a ramp and take yourself to a higher point than everyone else and kind of rain down on them. But your ramp can be disassembled by other people. And then your ramp comes down, you come down, and then they could, if they're ready to go, if they're ready to be barricaded in and the ramp falls, and then they can use that and you're out in the open. So it's pretty dynamic, actually.
Okay.
Doesn't take very long to build stuff at all. Doesn't take very long to farm things. But that's the bones of it, really. So the crafting stuff, when used properly, is pretty interesting.
Okay.
Because it can help you get to a place that you otherwise wouldn't be able to, give you a better vantage point, and also protect you if you're in a standoff. I was one of the last 2 guys, and I built myself a little, I don't even know what to say this, just a wall here and a wall there. But the problem was there was a cliff over here, and I didn't fall off the cliff, but I trapped myself. Oh. And the guy came around and blasted me because I was ready to come around, and I didn't know enough about the map. So I actually boxed myself in when I thought I was creating this cool path around, and no, he turned the corner and blew me away.
Oh man!
But I was close.
So close.
Yeah. So that's.
Check
it out.
I'm glad you downloaded it. Actually, it's kind of one of those things I forgot about and just
came out of nowhere. What, weeks ago?
It's still in early access, but there is a disc version, and but you have to pay for that.
Yeah.
But this Battle Royale version's free.
It was free. Yeah, totally free, and it's closed beta.
So it's super weird.
But I didn't get private access anything.
Yeah. I mean, Fortnite was kind of one of those things where everybody was like, they've been talking about it for almost 4 or 5 years, and it was just this thing's dead. There's no way this thing's still alive, and then poof, it just shows up in the weirdest way possible.
Maybe it's just a way of them to get buzz around it. And it actually worked for me. Like, I'm still probably won't play Fortnite, but I checked their thing out and I'm talking about it.
And I have heard, though, that it's kind of a bummer for the people that really like the actual game of Fortnite, because now everyone has moved to this other section, so no one's playing the actual game anymore. Fortnite. Which kind of works against them that way, but
yeah.
I started Uncharted. That game looks really good. Even on a 1080p display on a regular PS4, it looks incredible.
So what are you, like, what's the storyline right now? Since
I just was in that big open space with the Jeep and collected a bunch of like medals or things, and then I put them into a wall, and we were talking about the Drake boys a little bit.
So you've done like the 3 tower things or whatever?
Yes.
Okay, so you did those. Okay.
Yeah, all right. Good chunk in.
You're
I think I'm like halfway.
You're probably around halfway.
Maybe even more.
Oh, really?
I was going to say right around halfway. There's a good amount still left of some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because once you actually get into Hoysala?
No, I don't think.
Well, the Hoysala is the tribe, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Hoysala Empire, yeah.
Uncharted words.
But because you're looking for the tusk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
that sounds right.
Right, yeah. If you haven't got the tusk yet,
no,
do
not have the tusk.
Yeah. That game, since I just finished it about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
That game's really fucking good.
Yeah,
I really like that game a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I as soon as I finished that up, I was like, that was I'm gonna say that's number 2 Uncharted game for me.
Ooh.
We can't do that. We can't do this right now. I don't know if I can do that.
You haven't finished it yet.
No. I'm going to say that's a no for me.
Let me see. Let me go through it in my head again.
I'm going to go with it's probably
okay, maybe it's 3.
4th best Uncharted game.
I would go 2, 4, Lost Legacy, 3, 1.
I can't do this without finishing it.
What about the PSP or the Vita game?
That doesn't count. It's non-canonical.
I would go 2...
The Vita.
1, 3, Lost Legacy 4, Golden Abyss. Golden Abyss was the Vita one, I think. Yeah.
I'd never owned a Vita, so...
God, you have 4 that far.
Yeah.
I love 4.
I love 4 too.
I like it. It has pacing problems for me.
I think that's fair.
And see, this one has...
I really like 2. We agree on 2.
Yeah.
I think 2's awesome.
The pacing in this one is so good.
That's why I like this one.
That's why I like. That's why it's so high for me.
Yeah.
Is the pacing is in the. I like the random dialogue between Nadine and Chloe. I think it's really well done. I think they built a good relationship there that I wasn't expecting. I kind of figured it was just going to be this blow-off thing with them, and they actually made me care about those characters and who they were and their background, and enough to where they could actually move forward with a Uncharted series with new characters and it not be weird.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that's, for me, that was probably the biggest goal of that game, and I think they did it for me. So, and
all the problems I had with 4 kind of went away with Lost Legacy because it was... They have a plan to do a thing, they go do a thing, the game's over. It's not like they plan to do a thing, they go to do a thing, they go to do another thing, they get sidetracked and do another thing. Like, there's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I will say with Lost Legacy, I mean, not to have any spoilers, but there's a slight other thing. A slight other thing. But, like, it's not like, just like you said with 4, it was like, oh, we're going to go do this thing. Oh, and it was like, sorry, your amulet is not here. Go look in another tomb. Like, what the fuck?
In another castle.
Yeah.
Guess what? The bad guys are already there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And yes.
Well, why don't they have the treasure? They're dumber than you are. Okay, got it.
You gotta open the door for them so they can go in and take it before you.
Right, or they're just gonna blow it up and bash their way in or whatever. Because
they're waiting for you to open the door.
Right. But yeah, I played it on a Pro on my lovely 4K gloriousness, and that thing is...
I'm sure it looks amazing.
Looks real nice.
That's a bad idea.
I was trying to keep the.
These are cheap IKEA tables. Okay. If you,
I've heard IKEA. That's all I need to hear.
If it leaves a water ring, it's okay. It's going to be okay. Other than that, so you were good with Uncharted, I think that's it. That kind of transitioned into me playing Uncharted. Also been playing Cuphead, which Gil.
We did a video of that.
Yeah, we did a video of that. Jason, did you play Cuphead at all?
No, I haven't played it yet. I watched like half of your video.
Yeah, skip
Cuphead.
See, now I would say Cuphead. No, see, I say play it. I think it's a very
watch video of it. Don't play it. Just watch video of it.
If you like a challenging game that will push your patience a little bit, play it. But the thing I like about it the most is you don't have to do the run and gun stuff, which is the platforming stuff.
Yeah, you kind of do have to do it.
But don't you have to do it for the collectibles in there?
Right. So the only way to get upgrades is to buy those, is to go through.
And I've been playing most of the game so far without upgrades, and it's been just fine.
How far are you?
Midway through 2.
Yeah, that's right where you're going to hit the skill gap.
Okay.
Yeah, there's on the second island, the first couple you can do without, but if you're able to do those last few without upgrades, I'm going to be very impressed.
I was really excited for that game. I haven't played it yet.
Yeah,
I was. I don't know. We'll see.
Either way, I've done the run and guns actually, and I don't think they're that bad. I think they're still challenging enough. They're just as challenging as the boss things, but I know a lot of people really don't like them.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. So that's kind of the reason why I stopped playing it.
But I guess the thing for me is like I can sit down, I can play one and okay, I'm going to move on to something else. Like I can, all right, I'm going to figure out all the different patterns and everything else with this. I'll spend, 20 minutes or so doing one and then I'm done. Then I can move on to either playing another game or doing something else. And that's probably how I'll just play that game in very short bursts and small chunks. And so that's kind of my thought on that. But, and then I've downloaded Life is Strange, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh, yeah, really? Me too. I also downloaded it, but I have not played it.
Because, episode 2 just came out yesterday?
Yeah.
And it's only 3 episodes, right?
Right.
So, I keep debating on whether I'm going to start it or just wait till episode 3 comes out. Because I think it's supposed to be, I think, early December is what I read.
Well, they haven't said anything. So, yeah, the first one took a while in between. So I'm curious if this will even be out for Game of the Year consideration or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep waiting because I did the first Life is Strange in one big binge, and I kind of want to do this one just the same way.
Yeah.
So
the whole season was down to like $11 or something on Steam. So I picked it up there.
Yeah.
But the thing that kind of irritated me was it was not the deluxe edition, which means I don't get the extra bonus chapter.
Oh.
So I'm gonna miss out on that, but I don't know what version you got.
I paid $20.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I don't know, Caleb. What do you want? It was $20.
I don't know. I don't remember a version. I don't remember a version option either.
That's what's weird about when you buy digital stuff sometimes.
Right.
It's hard to differentiate packages and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about that. So.
Real quick, either of you guys, you finished Destiny story campaign, right? Yeah. You haven't played it yet because of the pro glitch, right?
Oh, I mean, I played the first 40 minutes of it every time it shut down on me and my PS. Crazy. Yeah, it's horseshit. Yeah, I don't think we talked about it on here, but Destiny 2 PS4 Pro first couple weeks you couldn't play on a PS4 Pro. On the primary...
because some people had problems and some people didn't.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So, I was one of the ones that had problems. I mean, my PS4 just completely shut down. I mean, it wasn't even like you just got frozen. Like, it was just like... Weird. I thought my whole PS4 was broken.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe it, but...
That's been patched, though, apparently.
It's been patched, I guess, at this point. I've seen it pop up on my PS4 it's like, oh yeah, Destiny version 1.137 or whatever.
Oh, added to downloads or whatever.
Yeah, it has been updated, so, but at the same time, I haven't played it since because I just rented it and was like, nope, this game sucks. I told the people at the rental place, hey, don't rent this out to people who have PS4 Pros, at least for another couple weeks. So yeah, I want to play it again. You still have it?
Yeah, I own it. Haven't played it.
So, all right, one of these days when I get
play it if you
it's
want.
actually next in my GameFly queue.
Okay, we'll play it.
Well, this way you and I can run through a little bit of it. We'll play a few hours of it together.
You do have to play probably about 45 minutes to an hour before you can do co-op.
That's what I was trying to do that night because you still had it.
Oh yeah,
and I was trying to
get it together.
We were trying to get it all caught up so we could all three play together at least for a little bit, and that didn't work. So
okay, yeah, I was just curious. I think that people.
Cool.
Destiny fans really like that.
I like that game. I like the campaign of that game. I don't need to do the other stuff. I had enough Destiny, but I do like.
Did you do a strike or anything,
no,
or did the main campaign?
Just did the main campaign.
I think that was what we did last for Destiny 1. I think we did. You and I played it, right? And then we did.
First night I actually played it with you.
Yeah, we played it a little bit.
But then I started playing it with you.
Yeah, and I think we did a strike, didn't we? A strike or two?
I think I did all of the single player content besides the raid. Actually.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think we did. We did most of that stuff because you and I plowed through the story of that co-op.
Yeah,
I remember,
it was fast.
and it was
it doesn't take
well,
long, especially that first game.
Yeah. So okay. Well, anything else? Current games we're playing before we dive into the beast.
Let's get into it.
All right. Should we take a quick pause?
Yeah, one more quick
pause here.
Let's declare that we are talking about Persona 5. We all three played it, which is
through the end.
Fucking incredible that we played it. We are going to talk about spoilers. I'm going to talk about spoilers.
Okay. We all
I don't care.
We might.
If you are listening to this, if you are one of the total 8 views this video will get,
yes,
and you don't want to hear spoilers, stop.
Should we just break it here and let's just have 2 separate files? As we're having a production meeting in the middle of this whole thing.
I'm fine with that.
Let's just do that.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
We've talked enough.
Yeah, we've already been like a 45 minutes on this.
Yeah, sure.
So, okay. All right. Listen to that other podcast. Bye.